And we're live. Happy Sunday night, everyone. It seems like it's been forever since I've been here, but I don't think it's been that long. So anyway, I am your host tonight for Pat Nash Talks. And I'm going to start saying that because it may be a time when I have a guest host because I might be doing something else. I'm just saying. But I am your host tonight, Pat Nash. And I have a co-host. You guys already know who she is. She's been on here with me before, and I invited her in for this conversation. I hear background noise. I'm not sure where that's coming from. There we go. Well, no. Oh, okay. I think that's the last show leaving. So yeah. So anyway, she's been on here before, so I invited her for the conversation tonight, and she is no other than my very, very good friend, Portia. I'm going to let her tell you her new last name. But so I want to welcome Miss Portia out of Texas on tonight for tonight's show. And she can tell you what she's been up to lately. Hey, Portia.
Well, as you can see, yes, it's been a minute since I was last a guest on your show, and my last name has changed. It's now Portia Mingo-Brown. So yes, I got married about a little over a month ago. So woohoo!
I'm so excited. I mean, I feel like mother of the bride, even though I'm not. I'm sister of the bride, but I'm excited.
More like sister of the bride, best friend of the bride.
Yes, there you go. There you go. So I'm thrilled. You already know how I feel about it. And I invited you on for this talk tonight because I named it. What did I name it? I said, commitment is for cowards, ? Mm-hmm. And so I made a lot of notes that I can't find. Oh, I do have them on tonight's topic. But before we jump into that, Portia, I think the last time you were on, it was maybe 6 or 7 months ago, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
And
it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys, at that time, she was dating. And so fast forward, she's married and good guy. You know, I love Michael like I love you. I love Michael for you and vice versa. So, I did tell you that Brown is my mother's maiden name, so we might be related somewhere. So, yeah. So anyway, before we go any further, I want you to introduce the people who have never met you before, who you are, kind of what you do, and maybe you can even tell them how we met, if you remember.
Yeah. I'm Portia Mingo-Brown. And we met a couple of years ago. We were looking to become claim adjusters for the auto industry insurance company. And I mean, it seemed like it's been forever. Yes. But along that path, we've been on that route to becoming entrepreneurs. And I see you're very successful now. And I'm on that same journey and path as I went through the dating journey. It took a year. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just loving the next chapters that are in my future.
Yay! I'm so excited, and I want to just say hi to Ty Niska, Mary, and Lonzine. They've popped on so far, and I
hey
know
girls, hey ladies.
Yeah, they said hey, and Ty said congratulations, sister.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yes. And the reason, you guys, I always say, if you are happy being single, that's cool. But if you're not, and you decide to do something about it, that's a reason to celebrate, because it's kind of like something you wanted that you went for, and it happened.
Step out on faith.
Yeah. And that's
okay. Yeah. And it's okay being single. You know,
it is.
Yeah.
If that's what you want.
Yes.
If that's what you want, absolutely. I think honestly, it's probably easier. We're going to get into this conversation. It's probably easier in some aspects to be single. You don't have another person you have to think about, or you have to make adjustments for, or any of those things. So it can be simpler. I'm not going to say easier, because me as an entrepreneur, there's times when you just want somebody to have your back, somebody to talk to you, to encourage you. And a lot of times that's your mate. If you've chose wisely, that is your mate. And so, yeah, it can be easy, and it can be.
And that was on my checklist. Someone that was, I wanted a mate that was supportive.
Yes.
I had dreams and desires that I didn't want squashed. But if anything, he's been totally the opposite. It's like, hey, let me know what you need.
Yes, I think that's so beautiful. Yeah. And Lonzine said, "Congratulations, Portia."
Thank you, Lonzine.
We're gonna have this conversation because I said is commitment, which it takes to be in a relationship, really of any kind. If you're gonna be in a relationship with yourself, it takes some commitment to take care of you. Yes. You're gonna be in a relationship with another person, it takes some commitment, because you're gonna have to turn down some things. You have to get folks out of your DM. You're gonna, you might have to delete some phone numbers.
And I've had to do that. I've had to say, please don't bother me anymore. I'm, either I was happily engaged or I am now married. Please do not bother me. And there's always the block button.
Exactly.
And they've respected that.
That one. I like that option. Be blocked. I'm no longer interested, and you can't shake me. So why even waste your time?
Right.
Thank you, Mary. You guys like and share, because I have a feeling it's that time of year. I have a feeling it's starting to get cold.
Yes, Mary. Yes, some folks had to go. Yes.
Mary said some folks had to go.
Even some ladies had to go. I had to adjust my list.
Oh my God, it happens. I promise you.
You don't want the negative vibe. It's like, if you can't be happy for me, I'm sorry. I don't have time.
Exactly, because people on the outside looking in can make judgment calls or make conversations about your relationship. And half of them don't even have their own relationship together. They want to encourage you to do.
Mary said, say it again. Some ladies have to go. Yes.
and for my sisters that are there for her, you already know it is a big, big deal.
And it's funny because as I was going through my guest list, my daughter said, let me see your list. And she looked at it. She says, you know what, Mama, half these people don't even need to be on it. I can help you with that. So she did me a favor.
That's always a good person. Hey, Claudia. Claudia said, hey, Pat. Hey, Portia.
Yes, yes.
So going back to commitment and being a coward, I did some stuff, girl. You know me. I looked up the word coward. And it's clearly a person who lacks, not like, but lacks the courage to do something that they consider might be unpleasant or dangerous. That's what a coward is. A coward is somebody who lacks courage. And so I went to courage to see what courage is, and it's the ability to do something that frightens you. So it's like doing something not unafraid, but doing it anyway. And so let's talk about relationships in that aspect of courage. It takes courage. I believe it takes courage to be in I'm gonna say a couple's relationship, especially if you had some bad ones before. Let's talk about some things that might pop up in the way of fear. Like, did you have some apprehension? Because you've been married before, like I have. Did you have some apprehension about getting into a relationship again?
The only apprehension I had was there was no fear. It was, I didn't want to have to deal with foolishness that was going to drain my mental peace.
But that was based on your last relationship.
Yeah, right? Based on the last relationship. Because, I the journey, I was on the dating apps for probably maybe a year, but I kept putting the brakes on because the conversations I was having, I was not having.
Because I know what you're talking about.
I was not having. I didn't want to have anymore. So it was like, Because I'm very independent and I love my sisterhood. I love
Yeah,
the things that we do.
yeah,
And some
yes.
of them would say, oh, I couldn't have my woman go on trips without me. I said,
Then
oh,
you know
okay.
that's not your guy. You know that's not
And I
your
said,
guy.
oh, okay, thank you very much.
So yeah, hey Grace, hey Audra, Letha,
So
hey
that there was
Todd.
no fear.
He's
It was
watching.
just I didn't want to deal with the foolishness.
Yeah, and there's a lot of foolishness, and I'm not gonna say it's just on the men's side.
Hmm.
It's some serious foolishness on the women's side.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I
yeah.
watched a clip again, a first time dating
Hmm.
clip, and it may have just been because they set things up just to have the
Hmm.
conversation.
Hmm.
Where the lady's in the car, she looks absolutely beautiful, but she's in the car like this, like in an attitude already, right? And he's like, okay, so we're gonna go. I'm excited about getting to meet you. Getting a chance to talk to you a little bit. So we're gonna go get a bite to eat. Is that okay? She's like, I guess. Where we going? That was her attitude. So he starts
That's
naming off places
okay.
like Chili's,
Hmm.
Applebee's. Hey, Kelly, Chili's, Applebee's. She's like, no. He said Cracker Barrel. She said no. I'm like, girl, go over there and get some pancakes. But anyway, she all these things. She was like, no. He said, well, where are you trying to go? And she said, I was thinking, she named the steakhouse. I was thinking Ruth Chris. I
Hmm.
was thinking there is a place called what is it called? Ibu?
Hmm.
Nobu. It's a
Hmm.
restaurant in Atlanta and it's expensive,
Hmm.
but it's nice. It's called Nobu. He got out his car, he came around, and she's like, what? Where are you going? Opened her door and said, get out. This is the first date. I'm not doing
What?
go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
he pretty much said, no, boo, we
Hmm.
ain't doing that. Because that's the name of a restaurant, Nobu. So it
Hmm.
was like a play on words.
Hmm.
And she's looking like, but we could have talked about it. He's like, no, just get out. And I'm not saying it is anything wrong with that. If you know a person has the wrong attitude
Hmm.
off the rip, why
Hmm.
would you even try to put that thing together? And I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, if you're
Hmm.
dating and somebody messes up on the first round or does something that kind of makes you question,
Hmm.
not necessarily their character, but if they're going to
Hmm.
be I'm not saying don't give it a second try because
Hmm.
Portia, that's your testimony. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
well, yes. Well, my testimony, I did meet and greet.
yeah.
Starbucks.
And I
Starbucks.
think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
you should. I mean, you have to spend a lot of time with somebody to have dinner with them. So why
Right,
you going
right.
to a fancy restaurant and have dinner
Hmm.
and you don't even know this person yet?
Hmm. Hmm.
I have sons. I'd be like, don't be spending that kind of money on this chick. You don't even know if you like her yet. So I would say no to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
And yeah, and he could have did it in a suggestive way. Is there somewhere you'd like to go? Is there a restaurant that you
she
know?
said it. She
Uh-huh.
told him the places. They were all expensive. Ruth
Oh,
Chris,
okay.
no boo. That's why he said no boo. I'm
Hmm.
not for you. You need to get out.
Hmm.
Because if you can't go to a regular restaurant just to get to know me
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
a place to get something to eat or a coffee, he even mentioned
Yeah,
coffee.
she was
I
out
don't
for she was out for a free meal.
Yeah, she's like, I don't do coffee dates. I think that's the best way to get to know
Hmm.
somebody. That's very short.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say he was not
That
wrong.
that was my
No,
rule.
listen.
Yeah. Once we, did a texting back and forth or phone calls, the
Mhm.
next step that was my preference was a quick meet and greet, see if there's any
Yeah,
chemistry with that physicality. And
right.
then if the conversation was still going, felt that it would graduate to a first date,
Yeah,
then that's what we
yeah.
did.
Yeah, and Lisa says, "Hey Bella, I'm trying to converse a bit before meeting.
Uh-huh.
Meeting blind is tough." Yeah, and see,
Oh,
I,
it's
I
tough, but you
understood
have to
that.
get past it. You
Yeah,
have to get
yeah,
past it.
it
That's why
is.
it's better to meet in a public place. Like I said, Starbucks.
Mhm,
Starbucks is a quick coffee, latte. It's very
mhm,
inexpensive. But
mhm.
again, you also get to see how they dress, to see if you want to.
So, I mean, I'm laughing because this is very real, guys. Listen to us. The same way you assess a woman based on how she's dressed
Uh-huh,
is the same way women assess men
uh-huh.
too,
Yeah.
based on how
And
they're
and
dressed.
this is funny. My husband said he watched me walk into Starbucks first.
Mhm.
And because he said, this is what men all think. He said, if she wasn't looking good, I wasn't getting out the car.
I'm gonna call in sick. I'm gonna call in sick. Look, the picture you had on Facebook don't look like you. So I'm gonna go on and call it sick.
A lot of times women put up fake pictures.
They catfish. Put pictures
but
on.
He said he saw me get out the car, walk into Starbucks. He said, I have to get out this car and meet this lady.
Mm-hmm. See? So you guys, first impressions do matter. They really do. So I used to tell ladies to go to Home Depot or go to places where men shop to meet a guy if that's what you're really trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But you can't go in there with your bag on your head or your sweatpants on, and because that image is going to be in their head the next time. I mean, you can show up the next time and be fine, but
yeah. Anyway. I was always told by a lady that sold Mary Kay. She said, if you ever have to go anywhere, make sure you have earrings on and some lipstick.
My mama used to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the lipstick?
And there were many times, yes. And there were many times where I forgot I had lipstick on and I would get a look like, oh, you look nice today. And I may have shorts and a t-shirt on.
But you had your lipstick and your earrings.
And my earrings on. So I was like,
oh, thank you. Tricks. Look, we're giving the men tips. This stuff happens to women on the women's side. And I've been told that women get dressed for women. I know this is kind of off the subject, but they were like, men don't really care about a lot of stuff that y'all care about. But y'all get dressed for each other.
But they take notice.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do. Just like I argue with my brothers that like, oh, we like the real stuff. We don't like the fake boobs and the fake booty. I can't tell. Y'all be like rubbernecking, like looking every which way. So women know what it takes to get the attention. And so they will do that because good attention or bad, it doesn't matter. It's still attention. They will do it because they know men like it, even though they say they don't. They like the real thing, but they do chase after that. So y'all want to get it, ladies, if it makes you feel better. With your enhancement, get whatever makes you feel better.
Right. And I say dress for yourself. Dress for yourself.
Yes. Now, I talk to my brothers in Africa. They don't like a unmodestly dressed woman in public. They don't want their women to be out there showing everything they got. They feel like that is disrespectful, and they're not, quote, the married.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're no cleavage.
Well, I don't know.
Or short dresses.
No. I think all of that is fine. You know how when you're dressing and you want to be sexy, it's like, okay, let's not put everything out. If you're going to have the girls out, it's okay to have some jeans on and whatever. If you're going to have a short skirt on, you can have a turtleneck on because you got short skirt on, you're showing your legs. So, and Lanzine's also chiming in. She said meeting casually is a great idea.
Oh, yeah. But takes the pressure off. Yes.
Yeah, but the point is, go what makes you feel sexy. There's somebody for everybody. Somebody is going to like that look. And then there's other men that are a little bit more conservative will be like, she didn't put it out there. Everybody done seen it now. So, and then on the flip side, some men want their women to look sexy when they go out. They want other men looking and saying, dang, man, you got to find one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, well, even before we got married, my husband I used to say, what do you wear? He said, baby, whatever you wear, I know you're going to look nice. So he would take notice. So
yeah. So he trusted that you know what to wear.
Right.
I have sisters on the flip side that their husbands check them before they go out.
Or he would look to see what I'm wearing. Like today, he would see what I'm wearing and he would color coordinate. So he would wear a green shirt to church too.
Oh, that is so cute.
We went to a wedding. I had a pink dress on, and he went and changed to a pink shirt and a pink hat.
You know what he doing? He's like, don't get it twisted. She with me. Steve, we coordinated. Don't get it twisted. But I love that, and I love the idea. So let's talk about commitment. What kind of commitment it takes to decide to be married and to cut off all the phone numbers and all the other people that have attention. Well, how would I say it? That have ulterior motives to being a friend with you. What does that look like for you?
For me, it was the consistency. He was always putting it out there that this is what I'm looking for. Are you looking for the same thing? If not, we don't need to waste each other's time. So he didn't play any mind games with me. It was always, I'm looking to the end thing for him was to eventually get married. He started off with a promise commitment ring.
So he wasn't afraid of commitment from the beginning.
No,
that was a turn on to you,
right.
Because
that was what you wanted. It was a turn on, and it was like, oh, okay. We just started this dating.
It was scary. It
was scary. Yeah. Yeah. But it caught me off guard, but then it also opened my eyes that, oh, this is one that's really serious about.
There are men who want that too.
Yeah.
It's not just women wanting to be married. And these days, let me rant a little bit. These days, it's hard for me as a I would say I don't even like to say independent woman anymore. I like to say an entrepreneur, someone who makes her own money, because I'm not independent. I need a lot of people. I need a lot of people to do what I do. I need a lot of people to show up the way I show up. So I'm not going to ever say I'm an independent. Independent means you need no one. You need people in this world. People are the currency of life. I need my business partners. I need, I need my boo that supports me and says, you can do this. You're a bad chick. You got.
Or let me know what you need from me.
Yeah, so
that you can get there. Yes,
I can. Or I thought about something for you. It's a big deal. Hey, Karen. Lisa said she loves that. She definitely wants it. I think she's talking about your man wanting to coordinate with you when y'all go out. Like, I love that. I definitely want that.
Oh my girl, all the way down to the watch, to the jewelry, to the bracelets.
Go, Brother Michael.
I was like, oh, I love it. I love it. And see, and that was on my list, but I didn't share that list with those that I was talking to. It was like mentally, it was like, okay, he checked this off, did this, okay. And it wasn't like he had to complete the whole list. It was just certain things. I said, okay.
Certain things that are non-negotiable,
right?
That he had, and I love that, Portia. We talk about that off camera a lot. It is not about matching you and your desires to a T. There's going to be a percentage of things that you like. This, he don't have this, but that's fine because he has all of this.
Right. Because I had a friend that got out of a bad relationship. I matchmade her into a new relationship, and she kept saying, I want him to go slow. He wanted to hold her hand. He wanted to kiss her on the second date. And I said, well, why wouldn't he? She says, I just think it's too fast. That's too. I said, well, what's not too fast? What's too slow? She thought it was too soon for him to sit with her. Come to find out, they go to the same church.
Wow.
And he wanted to know if he could sit with her. She said, no, it's too soon. So me and Michael showed up to church today. And she said, because we were coming, he could sit with us, sit with her.
So, and that's all about worrying about what other people do.
Right.
I think you get past worrying about what other people do.
Yes.
And look at what you need, that self-love thing. What do I need? What makes me happy? I don't care about,
we can't allow them to be, we can't allow them to be judge and jury over our relationships.
Yeah, because they're not the one at the end of the day that you have to come home to, or that you are going to count on if you're sick or if you want to go on vacation. They're not going to be there with you. Right. So,
and she let that go. She let it go, and she got her first kiss, and she said it was amazing.
So Lisa said matchmaking should be more popular. I would love to do it. I've already committed. I have a brother in Africa. He's like, I want a wife. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start looking for you. Tell me what you want. Yeah. And I'm going to give you some people that I think would be interested.
Well, they had met a year ago in my home. I had hosted a Friendsgiving and he was interested in her. But at the time, she was in a relationship. And as soon as she told me she's no longer in that relationship, I said, oh.
Matchmaker kicked in. Brother, she ain't no longer.
And he stepped up and said, okay, I'm going to give her a call.
Yeah.
And
but see, that's matchmaking.
He's on cloud nine. He's on cloud nine.
That's matchmaking. And you guys on the back burner before we even got to dating seriously, when Portia and I met, I think I was dating, and she was dating for real. She was the one who had her list. She had times and dates filled in. I said, "This girl is serious."
Well, but I was dating just because I enjoyed going out to a movie or a dinner.
You didn't want to do it by yourself.
It wasn't at first with the intent to get married. It wasn't until, like I said, I got to Michael, and he just turned it all the way around.
Oh,
it's like wow, okay.
So you were just doing it for fun, and I think you should do that, because you and I had that conversation. It's like, relax. These guys are not on a job interview.
Yeah, you're in control. You're in control. You do not have to settle for. You do not have to take it.
And then what about the conversation that's given to women to make them, I wouldn't say make them, to encourage them to settle or take it or whatever, that there's so many women out there and it's not enough men for women. So if a man is showing you some kind of attention and you want to be in a relationship, it's best to just go with that man.
No, you don't just go with it.
I knew the answer. I'm waiting on you to tell me. I mean, especially if it doesn't work.
I always had to, there's a couple of ebooks I had picked up, but there is, you are the queen and you have to treat the relationship. You are the prize, not the other way around.
Now, men will argue with you these days because they want to be the prize. I'm like, that is such a gay thing. I mean, I'm sorry.
They can.
That is such a girly thing to say. But I mean, so the point is, like, okay, so I can only go back to having a conversation with one of my African brothers. They still treat women as a prize, something to be won and something to be appreciated. They still pay a dowry kind of for their wives. And he explained it to me. It's just to say thank you to her parents thank you for taking care of my wife all these years. I got her now. Here you go. It's not like buying a woman. It's like saying, hey, I respect and appreciate the person you reared and raised just for me. So much that I want to honor you by saying, here you go. Angee said, women are the prize, period.
And the reason why I say the women are the prize, because I hear so many women that either be in a relationship or stay in the relationship is because they feel like they have no other option but to stay in a relationship that is going nowhere, or that you're being mentally. My 27 years in a marriage was called mental abuse because of the negative. There was no compliments, there was no love, there was no hug.
Been there, done that.
That's why I said, when it comes to us being the prize, when I was going forward with that journey, if I was not being complimented, and it's not like you had to compliment me every time we had a conversation, but it was that kept me engaged in more talk and in having more conversations with you.
Yeah. So someone who can appreciate what you look like, what you're doing,
your mind, yes,
your mind and everything that you want,
and valued my opinion. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there, men and women, that don't want you to have an opinion. Once you get with me, you either with me and doing what I want you to do, or you're not for me. And I don't think that is fair. I have a thing that says, especially now after having the experience of being feeling like
help us out.
Feeling like a prize, but then as soon as they said I do, it's like, okay, now some things gonna have to change. It's like, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do that, or you can't do this, you can't do that. But it's what I was doing when you met me. Right. So that's one thing I won't do is get with someone who says they love me, but they want me to change. And I won't try to change.
And no, and you don't want to be in that kind of relationship where someone wants you to change. Because I used to tell Michael, you're a good guy. He said, no, I'm not. I said, oh. He said, no, I have work to put in. I have not earned that title. And that's what I needed to hear, because previous relationships, the work was not put in from the man's perspective.
Yes.
It's like, I'll call you whenever, but so.
And what I appreciate, and Audra is saying this too, she says she needs her feelings to be valid in a relationship. I say a lot of times, no, feelings are not facts, but they're still real. They're feelings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if I'm saying I feel a certain way, I want the person who says they love me to care about that.
And they also have to be humble enough to own their mistake and apologize. And, that has
In both ways. We
yes,
do.
Yes.
So what I like about my guy, he can say that. I'm sorry you feel that way. That is not the way I was trying to make you feel. But I'm even sorry that you feel that way, because that's definitely not my intention to make you feel that way. That is valid. And that makes you feel better. Like she said, it validates
and you just glow when I hear you talking about him. Because I remember at the beginning, it's like, okay.
So
our men are having to deal with strong, independent go-getters. And it's funny, my daughter had told my husband, he says, I just hope you can match my mom's energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But okay, so, and we're going to get to this point that I said about courage and commitment. Commitment in a relationship means, to me, it means I have the person I want. I'm not looking to add to, or and that's for me. I mean, some people want to add to. They want 5 or 6 people to be in the house. They want to all live together, whatever. But I'm good with one. I have the person I want. I'm not looking to add 10. And they feel the same way. Now I feel in a space that I'm safe, that I can build something with this person, and I can trust them, and I can relax a little bit. But it takes courage to even get to that point when you've been married before. Do you agree?
Oh yeah. It's funny. I'd love to have Michael on this call, but I know him. He's like, no, I don't want.
No, he's like, too soon. Let's wait till the brothers are converted.
Like you said yesterday, we as women need to stop having these rules that it's too early, or no, he can't kiss me until the 3rd date or the 4th date. It's like, you know what?
Go with what's comfortable, but maybe it's
in
not
the moment.
It's not comfortable though for her. So maybe it takes a while
because
for her
of the judgment. Again, it goes with what other
it's somebody else's rules.
Yes, right. Okay. And once we encourage that individual, she was like, "Oh my goodness, that was the best kiss."
Yes, just calm down and get it.
Yes.
And Lisa says we should all believe we still have work to do. The problem is people who don't want anything to do with growth. Like, acknowledging you have work to do means you're willing to grow and you're willing to change. I have people who believe that there's no room to change. I am who I am, and whoever
they don't need to change.
Accept me like I am. And that is true to a point. Like, you don't get with someone to change them, but the person you get with should already say, wow, this is a great person. I like some of the things they're doing. I think I'm going to grow in that area, so I can do that. I don't think the person should have to tell you. I think you should see that, kind of like Michael said, no, let me earn that title, because right now I know I got a lot of work to do. And let's see what Claudia says. She said it's not always about judgment. It can be for protection, and that is okay. That is true. You can say, hey, I'm going to give myself a couple of dates, because I know if I start kissing and touching this person, I'm going to be all in. And I'm not sure I want to be all in until, I just feel uncomfortable, like I need to get to know them. But a lot of times, Claudia, it is rules and regulations, and we read them, and it said, oh, no, you should not date past 6 months without some kind of, clear direction in where you're going, or long distance relationships don't work. That's not true. That's not true. And then
they work for some people.
They work.
I need to have eyes on.
And that's where you are. But you know what I'm saying? It works for some people. Not like, I never thought about doing a long distance relationship. It just kind of happened that way. But you make it work.
Some people can make it work. I'm not one of those.
Portia, like, no. I need you at least 3 days a week.
That was on my list. You had to live within 35 miles.
Okay.
Because I wanted I didn't want to be driving in long traffic or having him to come through long traffic because he worked 10-hour days and having to take an hour to drive to come see me. I knew that was going to be a long day for him. So we tried to push it for the weekend. So there were disappointments where dates got canceled because, he would get off, 3:00 in the afternoon and says, oh, well, I got to be back to work at 10:30 tonight. So it's like, oh, okay.
Okay. I'm sad that you got to go to work. No, not that you can't be here. I'm sad that you got to go to work. But so another question I want to ask.
But I'm saying he put the work and made up for it over the weekend. So
yeah, you guys worked it out. That's all to me. That's all any relationship is about, working it out. You have to be careful to say, I'm never going to do this, or I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want that, because you don't know what comes with that great person that you're like.
Right.
I said I didn't want this, but it's so much more than just these two things that I don't like.
And that's right. And that's the key thing. Both have to be willing to work, and it has to be a compromise. I mean, I tell you, there were a couple times where I just said, maybe this is not the one.
That's honest.
But then I had to tell myself, you know what? Give him a pass. Give him grace. He made a courtesy call. He would text, make sure it wasn't too late to call, or would call and say, hey, beautiful. How's my, so.
Oh, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about communication, because in any relationship, I don't care if it's a work relationship, if you're not talking, I'm open to all kinds of things running through my mind that might be going on. So if we're not having conversations and we're not communicating, it's like you're talking to somebody. So if it's not me, you're building, because to me, conversation builds intimacy.
Right.
And what do they call it? Sapiosexual, someone who is attracted to intelligent conversation. That's me. You can't be talking foolishness and talking about nothing. You're going to lose me real quick. You're going to lose me real quick. I'll be like, okay, well, let me go.
Oh, I have another call. Can I call you back? Or I have to take this call. Yeah.
Yeah. And it don't matter how cute you are or how.
Or the call got dropped.
Oh, you just know all of them, right? My phone died. No, my phone has died for real, though. So for y'all that I have said.
But they don't know that. They don't know that.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, for those I have said that too, if my phone really did die. Yeah. I want to be like, oh, she didn't want to talk no more. Her phone died. But I'm notorious for not charging my phone.
You know what? This man had grace for me because I fell asleep on one of his calls.
Oh, well, welcome to the club. That happened.
And I didn't know. That was the first time I found out I knew I snored.
Oh, did he record it?
No. But he said, I guess I was bored because you went to sleep on me and I heard you snore. But yes, he has once recorded me snoring. And I said, no, I don't snore. And he recorded me. He said, they're my baby over there snoring. She had a long day, but I'll love her to the end of time.
Oh, that is so sweet. Look, you're gonna have to write down all these little sweet things he say and share them with him.
And I could not believe he did that. He sent the recording to me. I said,
yes,
I
don't snore. He's like, wow, can Michael put on a class how to say sweet things? I honestly think that comes from trust.
Yeah.
He can trust that Portia loves that and that she would not take that and make fun of him. Because some women be like, okay, that's too much. That's
he was first to say those words. And he just continued on, and I didn't say him right away.
Yeah. But they can tell when you're feeling it, but you're afraid to say it, because we've been taught if you say that, it can scare a guy away. Have you told you that before? If you mention that you love somebody too soon, it scares them off. I've been told that, like, let them say it first, or let them tell you that they want to hear it, because a lot of times,
and I wasn't expecting it that soon, but that was what he was feeling. Okay, he saw what he liked, and that's what he wanted.
But that's what men are to me.
Yeah. And then there are those that said, and then there are those that said things just the way it is, just keep it fun.
Yeah. Yeah. But guess what? Keep it fun, keep it light, but let him be the one who makes that decision to go that way. And you allowed that. You allowed him to be the one to make the decision to go that way. And Angee says she's been taught that let men say it first.
Yeah, because sometimes some men are scared by that. Oh my goodness. So.
And then because they don't know, because some women hear it and they're like, what? You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? They make them feel bad about it. So that's why I said he must have trusted you enough to share his feelings that you weren't going to, laugh at him or shun him for it.
Yeah.
So he was comfortable. He was okay for him to say, I love you. He knew how you were going to receive it.
Yeah.
So so I think that is a necessary thing. I say they can tell you feel it, and then they feel comfortable sharing that with you.
Yeah. Well, the week after we got married, then my text started being, how's my beautiful wife doing today? How's your day going? So.
So she's like, can he make a class? But no, I think that's just in the person. That is your guy. He is, and guess what? That's your love language too. You love hearing it. That's something you wrote down. I want somebody to appreciate me.
Oh my goodness. His love language is being attentive, knowing what I need without being asked. Just like you saw my patio, how he just kept adding so many different elements and layers to my patio. He said, I noticed how when your friends come over, you guys like to, sit and chat. So he made the seating inviting. He took my little rinky Walmart table out.
Like, this goes out.
Yeah, and incorporated his big round table so that people could sit around it. And he added more chairs. He added lighting. He added a fan so that we go through our hot flashes.
But he's thinking of things.
Yeah, that's his love language.
So you saw the movie. Did you see the movie Ruth and Boaz?
Yes. Oh, I loved it. I watched it twice.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's going to be my favorite movie. By the way, what's his name?
Loved it. I loved it so much I had to watch it twice.
Yes. God, what is his name? The producer that co-produced with Tyler Perry. He was on he was at my church today. Bishop had him on. Franklin. What's his name? First name, y'all help me. First name. His last name is Franklin. Remember he used to be married to Megan.
Good. Oh, really?
What's his name? Y'all. Okay, somebody gonna have to pop that in there because that's gonna drive me crazy that I don't remember his name now.
Angee said Devin.
Devin Franklin, co-producer. So he was at the church today. He's at my church in Atlanta, and talking about how my bishop supports him. But he was saying that in that movie they showed how the man was consciously thinking about ways that he could help. And doing it without being asked. In this day and age, I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, but that is rare to me. I mean, brothers, if y'all watching or if you watch it later, please comment. But I think that's rare for a man just to kick in and just do it, especially if he knows how he feels about you, but he's not sure how you feel about him. That's brave enough to jump in there and do whatever it takes to help this woman out.
And see, and it's adjustment because, mine doesn't want me waiting on him. If he needed something ironed, he said, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just ironing pants. So you can finish doing it. He said, babe, you don't need to be doing all that. He will not let me wash his clothes.
Well, tell him he going to have to let you be a blessing to him. So he going to have to share that. Sometimes that's a point for us. I'm like that sometimes. I'll just do stuff myself because I don't want to put anybody out. But I'm learning too that I'm messing up an opportunity for them to show how much they love me and appreciate me by allowing them to do things for me. So yeah, he gonna have to give you some space to
and then we've had those conversations. He says, babe, don't be so quick to do something. Can you just let me take the lead?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take the lead, but I'm gonna jump in there because I'm a servant too. I want to do things for you to show you how much I love you. Now, if you just don't want me ironing because you like to iron your own way, but if I can help you, I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I see, that's why I love. Two people working together, to help each other, to support each other, to make life, which can be very, very hard, to make life.
I found things that are supportive where he loves classic car shows. So he loves that support of me attending events like that. He just boasts about my wife came. He said, now I can say my wife is coming to the car show with me. He was just so excited. There was like 1,500 1980 trucks and Waxahachie. So he was just so excited to have me attended with us. So those are things that is appreciated by him.
And with that being said, you guys, it happens. I know a lot of people are saying there's no more good guys out there. You consider your husband a good guy?
Oh, yeah. But remember, I told him he was a good guy. He said, no, I'm not. I have work to put in. You don't hear that from men saying that I have work to put in.
Because he's a man.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
He says, I have not earned that title.
Yeah, but to me,
my standard, he did.
Right.
Or
so my point is, to ladies and gentlemen who are listening out there, I just get so sick of this war against each other, like looking for bad things to say about each other. There are men out there that appreciate women, that will jump right there and help them and be encouraging and say all the sweet things and do just like Michael is not the only person out there. There's other men who are like that.
Yeah,
but the problem is, they will sometimes attach with women who don't want that or don't appreciate that. And they're afraid to do it again. So
but then there are those that are narcissists, because I had a friend that just came off a trip and the guy said, well, I paid for this trip, so you should be appreciative, or you should, pretty much follow in line with what he wanted,
Well, you could be like, you could go by yourself next time. You should be appreciative that I'm with you. So how about let's do a give and take? But that's how you know that person is not necessarily ready for that relationship, because there's somebody who will be like, you're right, baby, I'm going to show you appreciate what you want me to do. That works for them. I don't look, at the end of the day, you guys can treat people any way you want. Just understand, not everybody is going to deal with that. Now, you might find somebody who does, but that's going to be hard. People want peace these days. They don't want somebody they got to fight with. Somebody's going to make them feel bad. They don't want that.
Yeah. Someone said they missed the beginning of it. Will there be a recording?
Yeah, it's going to always be out here. So you can go and watch it again and hit replay. Okay. Like, let us know you watched it and that you were there by just hitting replay. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. That's Lisa. Yes.
Yeah. That's my cousin. When she says, oh, I missed it.
Yes, yeah, you can access it. Just go back on my page or Portia's. Portia, matter of fact, right now she can just hit share and share it on her page. And then just go back and watch it. And then you can still interact, because there are days when people do a replay and they make a comment. I'll try to go back and make notes. Like if they say something, I'll try to go back and answer it or things like that. Yeah. But yeah, it will be on here, you guys. It stays up. I want to say Facebook lets us stay up for a long time. I know Instagram is, once we're not live anymore, it's gone. Yeah. But Facebook just lets us stay up there. I think 30 days. Yeah. Yes, there will be a recording on my page. But at any point, you can like it and share it. And then on YouTube, if you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe. That is so important. It's free. But subscribing on YouTube is so important. So if you're watching it on Facebook, go to my YouTube and subscribe, because that's important as well. So these conversations we have, you guys, want to have them straight from the heart, because Portia and I talk. We talk off in here.
We talk about relationships, and we talk about business, how we just want to be retired from the 9-to-5 rut. Yes. It makes no sense to work 9 to 5 crazy hours for somebody else. Might as well put in the time for yourself.
And everybody is not there yet. So if you like your job, do it. But I personally don't like anybody telling me I can only take 2 weeks off vacation. because if I'm traveling, sometimes it's going to be 10 days and I'm going to do that at least once a month or once a quarter, and it doesn't work for me. So, yeah, I have to be gone. Y'all know I'll do wheels up in a minute and be gone.
There you
But
go.
I do that because I have so much I want to see, and I love talking to people, interacting, and yeah, I like seeing different things and experiencing different, because I could do that here.
Yeah, we're not getting any younger.
Yes, we're not. And those things I always wanted to do, and I didn't have the ability to do it. Maybe I was attached to the wrong person who wasn't as adventurous as I am, and wasn't.
And we learned before it was too late.
Yeah. Yeah. And I say I wouldn't trade those experiences for nothing, because they make me who I am.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Life's lessons.
Right.
And that was one of the key things most men will say is, yeah, they want to know your history. They want to know, why the other relationship didn't work, but they don't want to see you take it into the new relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I don't want them taking their exes into our relationship, because I'm not that person. So I wouldn't do it to them, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do something to them that I don't want them to do to me. So we have to let go. That's why it's so important, you guys, to forgive. Forgiveness is a part of your healing. Forgive people. It's not about them. It's not about them ever being right to you or right for you. It's about you having peace and going on. It's about you having peace and going on. And
I protect my peace at all times.
Girl, that's a whole nother show. Having to block people and cut them off. That's a shame, but you have to set boundaries.
Peace be still.
Girl, be still, be quiet, be gone, whatever. Just and I say this too. There are people that you can keep in your life, but you have to keep them in a certain space, if that makes sense.
And yes, there you go. And then, as you're building your business, one of the ladies in our sisterhood, she says, there's a point where you have to be silent about what you're building, because you can get distracted with bad, negativity. Yeah, because a lot of them don't want you to succeed.
My bishop was talking about that today. He was saying, rich is loud, but wealthy is quiet. I was like, that makes so much sense. You don't have to get out there and brag about everything you're doing and how much money you're making. I don't think that's wise anyway.
No.
But you do what makes you happy. You don't even have to show up and announce yourself. Look, I'm a bad chick. I do this, I do that. You don't have to do that. If you're satisfied with who you are, you love who you are, you just show up. If you don't say anything, your vibration speaks that somebody special has walked into the room.
Well, like I said, if you pray that prayer, God has someone for someone. So
He does.
you just have to wait on it. Yeah, just have to wait on it.
My mother used to say that there is somebody for everybody. So don't be surprised when somebody you thought was not as cute as you or not as smart as you got somebody. That's their person. That's the person that they're supposed to be with. So there's somebody for everybody. And but I'm just saying, if you want somebody, I think it's easier to be sweeter than to be a sourpuss and expect people to accept you like that. I mean, the best compliments I had was someone say, your smile. I love it when you smile. You're very inviting. You're warm. I love your smile. And I think it's because so many times life has beat us down and we don't smile a lot.
Right.
Like we have bad resting face.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of people may not know this, but with our wedding, it was a courthouse ceremony, and that was the best decision. I thought it at the beginning, but I compromised, and it was much better. You just show up, pay your fee, show up, and 40 or so people showed up for it and had a great time.
Dang. So I'm like, if I do that, it's just going to be us. Go down there and sign the paperwork. That's done. Now let's go throw a party. We'll have to throw it in probably.
That's what we did. We showed up everyone showed up at Papa Do's. Everybody paid for their own meal. I decorated the tables, and everyone said they had the best time.
Yeah, and that's what matters. It's about, especially at this stage and age of our life, it's about us getting on with the rest of our lives. A
Yeah.
lot of us have more lives behind us than we
Mhm.
have more time behind us than we
Mhm.
got in front of us. You just want to make the best of that.
Right.
And for us, you guys, I'm not saying this for everybody, especially if you've already had a wedding. For us or for me, I'm gonna give my own personal testimony. A lot of times a wedding is for other people. It's not necessarily for you and your spouse.
Mhm.
It's for them. So if I want to do something for me, is hey, let's get married and go sit on the beach, and then we'll come back and celebrate with everybody. But it's about
Angie said, Angie said Torrance and her had a courthouse wedding, best decision she ever made. My cousin Lisa was the one that told me about. They just went down to the courthouse. It was just the two of them, and a month later they had a reception at her cousin's home.
Yeah, just if people really want to, people do want to witness the thing, but they don't understand what they're asking you to do when they ask you to throw a wedding. You're asking me to spend thousands of dollars so you can come and witness me being married. You can come to my house.
It'd be different if you have it and you want to spend
and
it.
you want to do it. That's different. But if you've already done that, been there and done that, okay, I have a T-shirt with that. Let me just do this thing. It's between the two people anyway. And I know you guys want to be a witness. Y'all come over and witness the party or come to hang out to dinner with us. And we'll share some cake or something.
And that's what you call communication, because even through the dating process, me and Michael talked about that. You know, are you open with a courthouse wedding? I said, yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, I smell something burning. But anyway, so yeah, I think it's a beautiful idea, and I witnessed the afterwards. It was very, very beautiful, and I know it's already. Can you believe it's already an hour? We're gonna have to check out of here, but it's always good with you because you're open, you're honest, you throw the feedback, you give us another conversation to talk about. So I'm gonna say,
raising grown boys.
Come back. Can't wait 7 or 8 months. If I invite
raising grown boys.
How about children in general? Raising grown children. How about that? That is
well, my daughters were easier.
Yeah, and they say that. They say girls are easier than boys.
I have 3 daughters, 40, 27, and 25. They couldn't wait to get their own place. And they found a way to get their own place. Why I can't get my 23-year-old son to do that?
Well, they say that boys can be a little slower sometimes than God.
How slow?
I can say this. I think for moms, sometimes it's hard for us to cut the string for men.
But I'm okay with cutting the string.
For dads, it's hard for dads to cut the string for girls.
Yeah.
So, and it's an ongoing joke with us single women. We're like, we ain't dating nobody, no men who got daughters, because we're not trying to compete with no girls, and we're not trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
But sometimes men feel that way about women and their sons too. And I've seen it. I have seen it up close. It is not attractive. It's like, look, dude, you are not her husband. She got somebody she's dating that's a husband possibility. So you can't come in here running things. She's going to have to cut that tie and attach herself to her husband. And that's not easy sometimes.
Yeah.
Guys, and we don't have but a few minutes. So, Portia, let's say we'll come back and have how to have a successful relationship and get some feedback on that with grown kids that either how to leave and cleave as adults.
Then we need to bring 2 other ladies on this, because we are all going through the same struggle.
Consider it done.
One had to block her son, one had to put out a son, and one had to say, you know what, I'm done bailing you out. I'm done bailing you out of jail.
Yeah,
I'm just done.
We're like, we are, that's very, very real.
Yeah.
And then the problem is, the reason our heart goes out, because we know how these here United States treat Black men sometimes. Let's keep it real. And so our heart goes out, and we're trying to help them and help them stay out of trouble, because we know when you fall into the system, you've fallen big time.
Well, it's not so much keeping them out of trouble. It's like, we were raised old school. Some of these kids, they have this entitlement.
Well, hold that. We're coming back. Portia, when you want to come back? We're coming back. Do we want to come back next Sunday or the Sunday after?
Let's do
We'll be back.
Okay.
We know we have to go.
To be announced.
To be announced. Raising grown
I want to see if you can get one other lady on that. We're in this little sisterhood.
We'll work on that. So thank you all for showing up. Come back. Thank you, Portia, for coming on. And we're going to look forward.
You're very welcome.
It's going to be.
I enjoyed it.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
So with that being said, you guys, I wish you always love and light, peace and blessings. Until next time. Bye.
And let's have a moment of clarity. There's freedom in your transparency. When you speak, you release. That's therapy. It's my decision to listen and do it carefully. Wanna live carefree? Well, it's gonna start. When secrets are kept, families are torn apart. I wanna do my part to help heal your heart. Shed some light on your life when your days are dark. Help ignite a spark that'll bring change. Be your shelter from the rain, assist with the pain.
It's your boy Tony D on the radio. You know what time it is. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. This is Pat Nash of Pat Nash Talks, where we have the conversations that create real relationships. I'm here every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find us right here on Level Up Nation. See you then.